Hey everyone, it's Amber Spotted Elk at the Paper Owl and welcome to my channel. Today I have such an exciting video for you. It is my craft room makeover slash transformation. I have been waiting a long time to do this. I moved into this house a few months back, and of course I tried doing this when I moved in, but as I started using this space, I realized some things were working and some things were not. And the space was starting to look very disrespectful for the space that I have. I'm so incredibly grateful to have a space where I get to do my crafts and the things that I love. And it was really starting to look like I was not appreciative of that. So I have decided to make things over, really declutter and keep the things around that I love, that I know I'm going to use, and get rid of things that I really was just hanging on to, that I had to come to the realization I wasn't going to use, or wasn't going to be useful for me. And so that was a big process as well. But I am so happy with this space right now. It works for me and for what I like to do, and so I hope that you guys like this video as well. It has some great storage ideas, some inexpensive storage ideas, so hopefully you get something out of that as well. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel. Comment below, let me know what you think of this video, and as always, if you'd like to become part of the Paper Owl family, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified every single time that I upload. And without further ado, let's get started.
Okay, guys, here's what we're starting with. This is entering my craft room, and you can see it is a hot mess. There's so many things in the middle of the floor. It's become kind of a catch-all. I do have this little cove area that I use for my actual craft table. The storage underneath has gotten out of control, and I do have some built-in shelves in this area, which I am thankful for, but I only have a couple of those. And you can just see it has become crazy. Like, it's just gotten way out of hand. It's become kind of a catch-all. I do have to use part of this room, that little corner, for some Christmas and seasonal storage. But other than that, this whole space is mine, which I'm so incredibly grateful for. But by the looks of it, I'm not respecting that, like I said before. So I just really needed to do this. And so that stuff all in the middle of the floor, like, we've got to find homes for things. We've got to get rid of a lot of things that aren't being used. And I did buy a few new storage items, and then of course I use a lot of Dollar Tree organization as well, and so I'm really excited to share those things with you guys and kind of show you what I did. So I did buy this drawer unit from Michael's. I had some gift cards from Christmas that I was able to utilize, because I promise you, if if I didn't, then I would be using very inexpensive items. And I tried to use as many Dollar Tree items as I could in this space, because I don't want to have to spend an arm and a leg on organizing my space, and I shouldn't have to make it look nice. This isn't going to be a craft room of my dreams, where everything's white and everything's rainbow, but it is going to be functional, and it is going to be budget friendly, and it is going to be real. And I want to share that with you guys, because I know a lot of times we see some of these craft rooms, and oh my god, those craft rooms cost thousands of dollars for built-in shelves and things like that, and it's just not feasible for the majority of people. If you're able to do that, then like, good on you, sister. Like, that is amazing. But I know for a lot of us, it's just not in our real life. So here I was able to stack some units on top of each other, and I did anchor a lot of things, and then I did use adhesives to make sure that things were nice and secure. that things weren't like wobbling around and unsafe. And so like I said, I stacked a lot of things to try and take up as much vertical space as possible. I'm going to say that so many times. This room was a garage that was converted into an extra room in our house. And so I'm so grateful that I have this space, and I'm just trying to make it the best that I can. You probably saw a shot of me in my robe that just then. It's so cold in this room. It doesn't have very good insulation. So I'm usually trying to dress very warm right now because it is very cold here in Colorado. But here's a couple of shots of me. I'm going through a lot of my paper crafts, trying to be really honest with myself about what I'm using, what I'm not using, what I had good intentions for, but just never got around to, and realized that I'm not ever going to. And paper crafts are something that I absolutely love, along with Dollar Tree DIYs and that sort of thing. And so I really just wanted to really be honest with myself, because I tend to hoard my craft supplies and the things that I love. And I had to really look at things and say, like, how long have I had this? How long have I not touched this item? Is this really something that I plan on using? Or can it go to a different home where someone's going to appreciate it? Someone's going to make something out of it. Someone's going to do something beautiful. And I am not. So, excuse me, I just had to really, really make those hard decisions. And if you love craft supplies, you know what I mean. So here is now the entrance into my craft area. I put up a door hanger to put some of my like seasonal wreaths. And then I cleared out this area, and I made this like my Dollar Tree blanks area in this little storage unit when you walk into the left. And I made a couple spots available for my seasonal items. So you can see I've got like a little bit of Easter and Valentine's Day, and those two little white bins will be seasonal items as well, so that those have a space and they have a home. And a big part of keeping things organized is making sure things have a home and have a space and somewhere that they belong, so they're not getting thrown everywhere and just randomness. There's my new Cricut Maker 3. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with it. It was gifted to me by a dear, dear friend, and I'm just so incredibly grateful for her in my life. So shout out to her. I went through like my dowels and all of that, made a little bin for those, and extra stuffing and pillows and stuff. And then this is so much vertical space. I made these two top bins out of Dollar Tree items, and I do have a video of that. I'll try and link it below. And that's been so handy. It makes so much use of the vertical space, and they're so light that I'm still able to grab them down and utilize the bins, the stuff that's in those bins. I have a closet organizer that I use for my florals, and that's worked so amazing for me. I absolutely love it. This is my craft room buddy, Seymour. He lives with me in the craft room, and we are trying to find a new home for him. He just doesn't have a lot of space here in our home, and so but for now he lives in the craft room with me. And I've got some glass storage here, as well as a little bit more seasonal, and then some more Dollar Tree blanks and things like that. I did utilize some Dollar Tree clear bins here, as well as the shoe boxes that I've tried to label as well. I like the clear storage. I like to see what I have. Otherwise, it can, out of sight, out of mind. There's my old Cricut. I will be giving that a new home. So for right now, it's just sitting on this tabletop. But I've got some more stationery items over here and paper craft supplies. And then this is where I found a new home for my paints, and also like my markers and my paint brushes. And this is such a better spot for it than I had before. These are some clear vases from Dollar Tree that I've used for my paintbrushes, and I love that. Those are really good quality from the Dollar Tree. This is my sticker collection that I have in these bins. I've got a couple extra bins that don't have anything in them there. And then I've got some more paper storage, and I reorganized all of my ribbon, which I'm so happy about. It's all in one space now, and it has a home, and because it was in a few different spaces before, and it's just good to have all the like things together so that you're not losing track of things. I've got a couple extra spaces here that I didn't use, and then of course my yarn and my fabric storage, which I did go through and eliminate a lot of things as well. These are Dollar Tree bins right here too, and they're so great. They have that clasp lid to shut, and oh my gosh, if you find those at your Dollar Tree, run and grab them. I've got some mixed media supplies up top there. Again, some of my paper craft items here. But I just made sure everything had a home. I tried to use like the sides of my bins. You can see there I had my Cricut mats, but I just was trying to utilize all the spaces that I could for everything and labeled things that I needed to. I redid the storage underneath my table. I use these Dollar Tree serving trays for my drawer organizers, and those work amazing for that. And those are in the party supply section at Dollar Tree. And I redid my craft top table to make sure that it was things that I was reaching for often. I got this vinyl organizer from Michael's. I believe it was like $13, but it was very well worth it to keep my vinyl organized and beautiful. And I've got this good vibes only plaque here in front of this Target bathroom organizer that I'm using for all of my desktop utensils, and it was only $10. Something similar to this at Michael's is $35 right now. So make sure that you're looking for things that maybe aren't necessarily meant for desktop organization, and different things like that you can really find a good deal on. So this is my remade little cove here, and I'm so happy with everything, you guys. It's just such a cleaner space. It's so much more organized. Like I said, it's not Pinterest worthy, but it's real. It works for me. It was affordable. I was able to use a lot of inexpensive items, some items that I've made, and it's just great. I will be getting a new curtain, so don't mind the blanket. Like I said, there's hardly any insulation in this room. It gets so cold, but I'm just so grateful. Look at all that room for activities in this room. It's just all cleared out in the middle there, and I just have such a better feeling walking into the space. Here's what it was like before. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm so happy that it looks like this now. Oh my gosh. I'm just so grateful. Thank you for coming along this journey with me, and happy crafting.